Alrighty. About time for some dwarf fortress. Yeah, once again we are enslaved to Armok. Okay. So the streams are going to be a little more intermittent from now on. The fortress is kind of settling in, so to speak. No more jazz is required. Settling into the day-to-day of fortress management. I have some projects I would like to engage in. Will not be able to as of right now. Until I find what I need. You're going to see a lot of mole rats. Because I caught a bunch of mole rats in the caverns down here. In the current trap setup for catching critters down here. Go up here. I've got a trap set up over here to try to catch some building destroyers. Do you have anybody fishing? We might have some fishing. Came over here and set up this, which is a lot of water from the river. I thought the aquifer would be enough, but because it's a slow aquifer, it wasn't. Drains the water all the way down here, so that if anything really nasty comes at me through the... If anything really nasty comes at me through the caverns, I can drown them in this chamber here, with a drain included for when I want to drain the lake. But that's not the biggest concern right now. The biggest concern right now is that I'm being attacked by goblins. And there's going to be quite a few of them this time, I think. So let's give the order for everybody to go inside. Yes, I have done so. Is that a fluffy wambler? Fluffy wambler just hanging out in my refuse pile. Marathon interlevel goblins again. Let's make sure that everybody gets inside. Let me pause real quick. Let me quickly make sure that nobody who is fishing is currently fishing. Okay, we shouldn't have any fisher dwarves out here. Oh, there's one right there, and he's going inside. So, let me make sure the trader gate is closed. Trader gate is closed. Let's go into... Let's do this. Trader gate is closed. Let's close off the... Somebody's been puking here. Dam lever, main gate. Is there anything connected to this lever? That lever just is attached to nothing. I want to... We're going to close off the moat, and we're going to turn on the siege divert. Here come the goblins. Okay, our fortress is now impregnable, probably. They could maybe climb these trees and jump over, which is why I'm going to want to do something about some of these trees. But for now, let's position our archers. The love archers can go here, and the blockade archers, who have been trained up at this point, can go here. And let's get our military dwarves can basically stay what they're doing. We should see our archers coming here. And one thing I'm going to do is pile Z for ammo. And this is where we're going to put our ammo stockpile for the time being. We're going to go here and find my current ammunition stockpile. This one, and we're going to get rid of it. So that my dwarves will move these stockpiles into better places. I'm also going to look at inside. Let's make this a little bigger. Let's go ahead and have it include this as well. And I forgot to have it include this a long time ago. Yeah, that works. Okay, that's all nice. Make sure that's all good. This has gotten bigger since last we were... And I don't really want that to be considered inside. Let's see, currently we're erasing. That's not inside. Yeah, I want this to be inside as well. And, okay, inside has not been updated since the last time we were at war. But my military dwarves will get to work. Getting into position. Now that they've done that, let's open the trader gate. And now the goblins... Well, we've already gotten goblins getting caught in our cage traps. I don't actually know what music this is in particular. So we've already defeated 6 goblins from cage traps outside. I'm afraid my naked mole rats out here are probably going to rot. Let's go ahead and be safe and close the main gate. Just in case an errant goblin jumps over the bridge. Okay, the gate's been shut off. Now the goblins are in position. Goblins are passing towards... How many are there? Fairly sizable. They're all taking their time, one by one, going through. But they're about to enter the domain of my insides. How is my ammo stockpile going? Okay, they've moved the ammo stockpile close by. Yeah, last time was just a skirmish. This is not a full invasion force, but is a much larger invasion force. 7 goblins have fallen to my cage traps. 8. they like to hug corners, so you can see that my trap placement... Here they come. Enough of them might get caught by traps that they start fleeing. Up, one guy's brave. Up. Where are they going? How many non-caged invaders do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is where we do this. Going to tell my soldiers to start moving their station here. And we are going to open the gates. Just to catch any stragglers. Okay, my cage was... My traps were too efficient. I was hoping to get a little bit of combat there, but my cage... This is how a lot of sieges go. These guys just hanging out over here. Okay. Now we go to squad, laborious axes. You are going to try to kill this guy. And so are the love archers and the blockade archers. Kill this guy. We outnumber them 2 to 1. We have steel equipment, and they are fleeing. Ah, but some of my dwarves are... probably sunsick right now. Okay, change your plans. Kill this guy. Because he, for some reason, is, not being cool. Looks like my archers caught up with him first, which is actually pretty bad. They're going to approach him and start clubbing him with their hammers. Luckily, the love archers have actually been practicing with their hammers. Okay, he's dead. So now we can turn off... Yeah, turn off our alert, and things will go back to business as usual. Did I open the siege divert? I did not. So let's go ahead and open the siege divert up. Go ahead and close... Oh, we'll keep the trader gate open for now. So we caught a lot of goblins. And you can see all of my archers, who are not used to fighting outside, are vomiting all over the place. And this guy is heavily wounded. That guy might get to retire with a purple star. I probably shouldn't have sent the archers after that goblin. Did he have a whip? No, an iron longsword. So, let's look at all this stuff and see how much of it I want to claim. Okay. Any other goblins on the map still? Look how many caged prisoners we've caught. Oh, I've caught a lot of Draltha. That's nice. And apparently I took that door down because some of my unicorns have been going wild. So I was letting my unicorns get caught so I could retrain them. What's a Draltha? Let's take a look at one. A large, long-bodied grazer with a thick mane that feeds on the tops of tower cap mushrooms deep under the earth. They're kind of like halfway between an elephant and a giraffe. Not sure what I'm going to do with them. But now we have the Great Cajoning, where I might need to set up a secondary stockpile for goblins. Nah, I caught them down here. See, here's a Draltha right here. The Dralthas are trying to go from here to here, falling into my cage traps, and then being hauled up very, very slowly to my animal stockpiles. I might need to expand my pit. Luckily, that wouldn't be too hard to do. But you can see everybody's busy. How much ammunition do I have? A lot. Okay, so I can start doing this. Blockade archers are now good to train here. Let's edit these orders to free up some of our military dwarves now that they are largely they've largely been trained. The fiery hammers will continue to train at this, as will the blockade archers. So let's go to the alert screen. Turn that on. So now the love archers should start. One thing I should do is move the ammunition back to here. Look at all this vomit. A long time ago, I tried to fight against dwarves eventually getting sick and vomiting all over the place. The way you do it is, by I might have enough space in there. Let's go ahead and say we are expanding the pit. I'll have to do some work to do this, but that's fine. Anybody in the hospital? Oh, there's a guy having surgery done to him. Look at this. Blockade archers. Should be good to go in terms of they should start training, but I don't see any of them training. They got a lot of experience with live fire, so they're actually pretty good archers. I threw a goblin in a pit who still had a shield and had the blockade archers just shoot him for a really long time. And because I'm going to need 6 more hatch covers. What are you petitioning for? The Guild of Tongs. Was that what this was going to be? Yeah, so engrave. Start engraving this, homeboy. Okay, the goblin storage still persists. Some more Dralthas are down here. You don't really want to pick a fight with Dralthas because they're so big. They're not aggressive, though. I'm surprised I haven't been attacked by an unwanted visitor yet. Haven't had any... you look at you. Any mandates? No. And one thing I actually need to do is to mine out this as well. Can just go ahead and wall off some of these. Get a door built for... I'm sad that my goblin invasion wasn't as exciting as it could have been. My archers were too good. My archers didn't even have to fire. My traps were too good. But we have other things we can be doing with our military at some point. Other things that happened off screen was this. I set up a jail. In case I have to throw anybody in a jail, they'll get tied to one of these silver chains. What thing wanted that? The Guild of Tongs. Which guild was that? The 6th Row of Sunny Wind. Farmer Guild Hall. The Laborious Steel. That's the one that needs to be upgraded. Which one's that? Laborious Steel. Now, the easiest way to get them a better guild hall will be to make them a 2nd guild hall down here. So I'll go ahead and do that. It's a meeting area. Assign location. Laborious steel. That should still be laborious steel, so let's take a look at the laborious steel now. Grand Guild Hall. That's what you wanted, right? Yes, approve. So now they have another meeting spot down here. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. Geshud. Ah, got infected. That's no good. Let's make a few, let's make a few splints. I haven't done that in a while. So, you're Geshud, right? What squad are you in, Geshud? Because you're going to get replaced. Okay, you're not going to get replaced because you're one of my best marks dwarves. So, we're just going to say you're good. Let's make 15 silk cloaks. Not Q leather, but leather glove. Let's make 15 more leather gloves. And make 5 more quivers. Why not? Gotta make sure that my squads are fully equipped. What's that? Somebody just left a shoe in the middle of the... Okay, it looks like I was able to fit all of the goblins into the jail. So that was our invasion force. So here's how we're going to do it this time. DB claim. Claim everything in here. Dump. Dump everything in here. Then go through and make sure they don't dump these cages. Sad we never got another giant cassowary. Okay, none of these are getting dumped. And then we can go into the Z screen for stocks, go to armor, and remove the dump on all of the armor. So this should mean they'll come and dump all of the weapons from the people in the cages. But leave the armor. And my next trick that I learned was, when I'm doing this, deploy the axe dwarves. Just make sure they're hanging out where the goblins are when the dwarves descend upon them to take their weapons. I also seem to be taking some of their armor, though. It removes the dump, but... oh well. I might have missed some of the cages. Can you make a goblin zoo? Yes, you can. And goblins are actually pretty good at zoos because they live forever. A goblin does not need to eat or drink. A goblin only, although they can eat and drink. The only way a goblin can die is by violence. Let's go here. And look for cages. Yeah, I definitely took a lot of their armor. They're immune to diseases, but they can still become vampires because vampirism and werewolfism are actually not diseases but are curses. My workshops are getting cluttered. Okay, one thing we're going to need to do is smooth out the walls. So that they can be fortified. I can actually build the wall here now because the gate can allow them to pass around. Okay, it's clear that the goblins aren't escaping yet, so I should let my military dwarves go as they were, just so that they don't starve or whatever. If a goblin goes to a goblin zoo, and the room is nice, and they like goblins, they will enjoy a goblin zoo. Because dwarves like looking at animals that they like. I should close the trader gate. Here we have some dead goblins. How are things downtown? They're just reloading the cage traps. Anything interesting down here? Here's my plot to try caging any unicorns that are supposed to... Okay. What if I just go remove dump now? Like, you've dumped enough. I've lessened the danger of these goblins. So goblin invasions are an important source of iron sometimes. If you did not start with iron on your map, you can get iron by... Oh, while I'm doing this, did you finish engraving that? You did. So I can turn on my lesser engravers. Just to sort of speed this up. Okay. I need to H there, and there, and there. I made this slightly wrong sized, but it won't matter. I think. I want H's there. And H is there. H is there. And H is there. That's fine. That might cause problems. So we won't use the far side of this as a pit, because we don't want them clinging to walls. And don't forget to smooth this, you dinguses. Things on the southern front looking nice. Let's go ahead and claim all of this shit. Build some floor hatches. And let's see if all hell breaks out when I do this. Don't keep empty traps here. Okay, I, X. eye. So this is a pit. There we go. And we're going to need to H all of this stuff. My marked dwarves aren't training. That cat got afraid of something. There's probably a unicorn on the loose. There is. Well... kill this unicorn, please. I had some unicorns turn feral. So, just getting them killed off is... getting some of these stray unicorns killed off. Because they were doomed, they were destined for the slaughter anyways. Okay, getting my fortifications carved. Kind of have to pussyfoot around this part. Burnhead noting that I've probably dealt with feral hogs in real life, which is not inaccurate. My trap to catch my unicorns, my stray unicorns, seems to be working. And speaking this Zelda music a lot. I don't hate it. Because I had to remove a free song from the playlist. I decided to add music that would not get my stream muted. Kind of have to doing this one square at a time, so I don't cause a cave-in. Okay. Gotta build a wall. And now I can set these as keep tightly closed, forbid passage. That'll keep critters from coming back up through them most of the time. And my new pit appears to be set up. This time with 50% extra pit. So when I have extra goblins lying around, I have things to do with them. Let's carve some fortifications here. Let's go ahead and just dump all of this stuff. Get my people busy. Yeah, why aren't... Okay, S. They should be training. Well, let's do this then. This is much less preferred, but I can make them train, at least train something. Wait a second. That's why they aren't training on them. Okay, you have to set the direction that the archery targets are shot from, and they're all set to shoot from left to right. They gotta shoot from right to left. I'm such a dumby. See, now the archery targets are usable, so they should begin training now. There they go. Between. Where am I? Yeah, that's set to accept unicorns. I don't see where my unicorns are being kept, though. This might upset some of my unicorns, but... I have at least a breeding pair of domesticated unicorns. But let's go ahead and do this, where I'm going to look at my unicorns. And I'll set them to be trained. Okay. I could train those Drossas too. That wouldn't be horrible. How are things down here? Oh, we have some more giant sparrows. I have a giant cave toad. Okay. It's funny, because of the pathing, they don't use the door to enter their training room. They come in from down here. Make sure all of this is fortified. Yeah, I didn't think that square was. Okay, almost done pulling all this stone out. And then we can begin the goblinization of our fortress. And by goblinization, I mean the destruction of goblins. Although I might wait until I can really get some steel production going. I kind of want my guys clad in steel before I send them to fight the goblins, just in case my goblins are maybe disarmed, maybe not. Can I not make training hammers? Training spears, swords, and axes. No. Alright, so I just can't... I'm gonna have to send... I'm gonna be sending the boyos out with real hammers to crush these goblin skulls. There's no way an archery butt would work if you shot it backwards. That does not mean anything to me, but I'm impressed by it nonetheless. Okay, that unicorn keeps wandering off. Let's build J. This is going to be hard. So I want to build unicorn cages. I don't have any. That's weird. Oh, it's because it's being moved currently. Yeah, training weapons might have to have edges. Let's go ahead and reclaim these. And go ahead and reclaim this. Let me try this. Ah, there we go. Just don't care about the unicorns in that pasture anymore, boyos. What was that guy doing with that unicorn? So weird. Anyways. Going to be a while until this is ready. Let me take a look at my squads. Petition. The Golden Company requires a guild hall for stoneworkers. Well, you came to the right place. Build ourselves a little door. And they wanted a stoneworker hall, right? Yes, stoneworker guild. Yes. Let's get to working on some of those goblins, though. So let's go down here. Close the pit gate. And this time I will deploy the fiery hammers. And we will deploy the love archers here. And the blockade archers here. And let's pit 2 goblins. You and you. You're getting pitted. You're going to get shot extremely quickly. live fire exercise. And let's see if this guy has a shield. He's still got his armor on. This is good. Means he'll live longer. Get shot more. So this is back before archery targets worked at all. This is how you trained your marks dwarves. Having armor means that it makes the goblins much more resilient. Where's the other goblin getting pitted, though? Ah, here he is. He got out, but got murdered to death by... Our time in the absolute dimension is so brief. This does not scare me. That's basically exactly what I wanted to happen. So now we can open up the pit. And we'll claim all of this stuff. It belongs to me now. Next time, we'll put the hammer dwarves into the pit, and we'll drop a goblin onto them. This is good. Things are improving. Do I not have unicorn? You. Get the unicorns out here and retrain them. And I'll assign them to being trained by... just anybody. Gremlin leather loincloth. Need to get that stuff out of the way so it's not clogging the doorway. These guys are cleaning up the blood. Don't know what this guy's doing. He's just hanging out. Let's train our secondary engraver. Don't want to engrave these ones, just in case I want to dig through them. Because if he engraves a masterpiece there and I dig through it, he'll get mad. So our lesser engravers will go to work on that to train themselves up, because our best engraver is legendary +5, because he's engraved so much. Yeah, I tried out, my goal for this fortress was to try new things out each time. So I've tried out this sort of fractal pattern. It wasn't what I wanted. It didn't scale very well. It could have scaled out. It's a fractal, so it could have scaled however I wanted to. But I wasn't liking the 3x3 rooms, or the 3x1 rooms, and I couldn't keep the fractal and have it be a 4x1. So I abandoned it. Came up with this design, which was okay. It's not very efficient in terms of movement, but it had a nice spot in the middle for a dormitory. And then I came up with this one, which I like quite a bit. It's not as efficient as the normal bedroom layout that I do, but it's still efficient while being novel, and I like some of the pleasing geometries to it. Dwarves don't mind their rooms being long and skinny. They like it when they have a bed, a cabinet, and a chest. Okay, time for this. Squad. Fiery hammers. Time to move out. Move here, please. And you guys get in position here for no reason whatsoever. It's going to take a while for them to all get in position. Because what's this guy doing? Store item in bin. They love doing that shit. Dwarven military management is 100% cat wrangling. Sometimes involving actual cats. Okay, once they're all in position, I'll lock them in for freshness. As I don't want to crush them. This guy's bad at his armor user skill, because he's moving so slowly. That guy's thirsty. That guy's probably getting a drink or getting something to eat. Now he's going to sleep. Well, he's going to miss out on the fun then. Hopefully nobody gets crushed. That guy narrowly got crushed. Or narrowly avoided getting crushed. Okay. Pit a goblin, please. I caught some elk birds. One goblin, please. Okay, one more goblin, please. These goblins are going to die pretty quick because these guys have steel warhammers. What's that? Is that a book? Yeah, fella brought a book with him. Yeah, that goblin got out. One goblin, please. why the goblins are getting out. That guy went to sleep down here. That goblin also got out. One goblin, please. I'm catching some elk birds. This will be the last goblin, I think. Yeah, that was the last goblin. Somebody will open the pit up. My boys will leave. Just go through here and pick up anything. There we go. I've got another unicorn cage to build. I spotted another unicorn in there. Now, elk birds are pretty nice if you can get them breeding, but they have a problem. They tend to... Where's my unicorns at? Okay. They'll get caged and then... here's one way I can go about doing this. Goblins, please. Let's do 3 goblins. We'll build the cages of the goblins in here, and then link them up to the lever we have, and then pull the lever, it'll release the goblins. That's an alternative way to do an arena to pitting. Why is that one red? It's probably the cage. But they should be trained up soon. Okay. Getting some goblin corpses built up. Ah, we caught a troll. And there's a bushmaster out here. And we caught a giant bat. Bunch of Draltha. I might just kill these unicorns. Hammer boys. Kill that unicorn, please. Someone left a rifle laying around? Okay, unicorn is dead. Oh, the bushmaster. Yes, that's a variety of rifle. Wait, who did I assign to? Who has a bow? It should be 1 spear dwarf and 9 hammer dwarves. Okay. Now that got rid of my stray unicorn problem. Just beat them to death with hammers. Okay. So somewhere here I have... link up to a cage. This takes longer and thus is not as favored. There we go. One useful bit for caging things and linking them to triggers is you can put any number of creatures in a single cage. So if you just have one cage with 70 war dogs in it, you can pull the lever when the enemy reaches your staging area and have them beset by 70 war dogs, which war dogs aren't the greatest in terms of killing power, but what they're good at is distraction. Burial. Do not allow pets. Burial. Do not allow pets. Burial. Do not allow pets. There we go. It's getting some extra coffins set up. I'm getting too many kitty cats. One thing I can do about that is we can go about gelding a bunch of cats. Okay. Keep a male around. The rest of them are getting gelded. Needs refined coal. Did I use up all my coal? I did. Well, let's... Dang it, I just canceled the good job, so... Gonna have to have somebody get some more coal going. Oh, somebody is. I have a bunch of arrows. Which I don't have any bows. What's this guy's deal? Dizzy. Why are you dizzy? From being out in the sun? Okay. It's almost time to deploy the hammer dwarves to go murder these caged goblins. I'm not going to bother locking them into the pit. I'm just going to station the axe dwarves here, and then station the hammer dwarves here, and then just see what happens. I have cage traps, so nothing that bad can happen. Good night, Burnt Head. It's also time to do this again. We go in here, remove this dump spot. Remember to get a claim going there, so all this stuff is claimed. Let's clean up. That dog has not moved from that spot in its entire life. Okay, here we go. Make coke from lignite, please. What'd I catch? Another elk bird. How are my animals doing? Seems like all of my unicorns. And free some of those guys. Let's go ahead and build another door here. Crappy one, please. There's a semi-wild one here somewhere. You. Okay. We should be good at domestic ad training unicorns at this point, though. Why are these just laying here? Anyways, people are going outside, taking these awful corpses and unuseful materials, lining them up under the garbage compactor. Okay, so now let's go squad fiery hammers. Move out. Move out. Okay. Pull the lever. This should release the goblins. Are they all dead? They are. Well done, gang. Let me look at what kind of experience they're getting from this. They're getting up there. One guy has killed 2 goblins. Actually, let's station them again. This time we're not going to drop goblins on their head, but we're going to have them beat some animals to death for us. Okay, the smithies should be up and running, making lots of lignite for me. Okay, Boyo is almost in position. I think they're going to beat those elk birds to death. The elk birds will not be very dangerous, especially when we are clad in armor, although not all of my boyos will be clad in armor. What is that guy doing? Is he cleaning up blood? Dwarves can be very fastidious. Or they can be very, very filthy. Okay. I'm going to stick the axe dwarves in here just in case. It's time to close the pit. Hopefully none of my dwarves decides to go get crushed in the meantime. Okay. Ooh, I caught a cave crocodile. Excellent. I'll just throw all of the... if I can get a breeding pair of cave crocodiles, that would be excellent. Yeah, Croco friend. Absolutely what I want. Okay, boyos. Kill that elk bird. Why are you not killing the elk bird? Okay. Open the pit. Just beating some chocobos to death with a hammer. Except for the one guy who has a spear. Did I mangle these corpses? I think blunt weapons tend to mangle corpses more often. Let's remove dump on that. Okay, now pull this. Pull the trash compactor, please. Splat. Let's go back in here. I want to find some more coal. There we go. Just sort of strip mining this spot out for lignite because I saw that there was some over here. I could always use more. How much lignite do I have? Or coke? 72. Probably good enough that I can start working on pig iron and steel. This spot. You're animal, so. Yeah, don't accept empty traps. So they should be setting about that. Yeah, if I can get a breeding pair of cave crocodiles, that would be just stellar. Okay. Depot is still accessible. It's good to check that every once in a while. How's the hammer skill going on? Starting to improve. Damps down. Let's just go ahead and cancel that then. Okay. There's nothing truly exciting happening today. Because my invasion turned out to be kind of a wet fart. Let's check out our unicorns. We still have... You know what? Just butcher these. My bone carvers should be really busy. Okay. I also caught a giant bat at some point. I saw a giant cave spider at some point, but have not seen one since. A giant spider would actually be pretty good as a capture. Ah, I can see food stuck in here, so DB claim. Dump. Okay, don't want to do that. Just want to dump these two, but not the cage. Because when you feed an animal in a cage, sometimes seeds get left over in the cage. And you can't use the cage if it's got seeds in it. There's not a convenient way of emptying out cages. Game crashed. Well, that's fine. That was about a good place to end the stream for the night anyways. A little premature, but I will not have lost much. But thanks for joining, everybody. Good night. That's fine, I've got backup saves. Good night, everybody.